event. Awesome stuff happening. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff.
Awesome, awesome,
Good
awesome.
morning, team. JD from Fairfield.
Morning,
JD,
Mr.
what's going on,
JD.
sir? Good morning. Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning, Jen Fowler Papalongi from Thomasville, Georgia.
Morning, Miss Jen. All right, don't be afraid to represent yourself. I'm going to pass this call to the Mr. Spectacular, Mr. Suni Samad, our
Oh man,
equity
wow.
partner, our
Yes,
leader,
sir.
our
Yes, sir.
individual
Yes,
that's really
sir.
kind of glass to happy Friday to you, sir. I see you
Thank
looking
you.
sharp with that tie. I see you got your glasses on. There's no prisoners left behind. Everybody got to get locked up around here. So I see
Yes,
you,
sir.
brother. By God's grace, I'm happy to see you. I'm happy to be your
Yes,
business
sir.
partner. Happy
Yes,
to be
sir.
working with you. Happy to be part of your family. I'm
Yes,
just happy,
sir.
brother. It's
Oh
Friday.
man, I
We
love it.
happy. We happy.
Man,
We
happy
happy.
Amen.
feelings. Happy feelings, man. I love that. I love that. You know, that's great energy. Thank you for opening up the call with such great energy. For you, Jennifer, Miss Fala
Good
Papa.
morning.
Good morning, Miss
Morning, Miss
Princess. Good morning.
Princess.
Good morning. Good morning. But you know, as well, I like saying her name. I heard Kim say that. She said, I love saying Fala Papalangi. Is once you learn how to say it, right? It's like I conquered something. You know what I'm saying? It's like now I gotta keep saying it, right?
From
I love it. I love it,
Thomasville, not
Jen.
Cordell.
But Jen, no, awesome stuff. Thank you for taking leadership, taking, accountability. And you guys, I always say this is our call. This is not a Sunni Samad call. This is not the Sunni Samad show. This is a supreme team mastermind, right? And one thing about service is that it doesn't require your permission. Service does not require your permission. If you want to add immediate value to yourself and others right away, serve. If you want to add immediate value to yourself and others right away, serve. It's the secret sauce. I promise you, it's the secret sauce, right? Most people are waiting for a skill set. Most people are waiting for, I got to know everything. But entrepreneurship does not work that way. Entrepreneurship is saying, bring your genius, bring me your seed, not your need, right? And so thank you for opening up the call, you guys, in spectacular fashion. And man, shout out to Princess Map for hosting that call. That spark was
Let's go,
absolutely
princess.
phenomenal. And the reason that I want to talk
Go,
about
sis.
just segues into service, right? They called her to the bat, right? She showed up to the plate. And my philosophy is, when they call you to the plate, show them that you're great. That's it. When they call you to the plate, show them that you're great. Go out swinging. Even if you strike out, try to hit a home run. But you know what I'm saying? Don't play it soft. Don't try to do a little base hit bunt. No, 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 no. Man, you swing for the fences when they call you to the plate. You know what I'm saying? And if you fail, fall short loud and proud. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to get up the next time, you're going to dust yourself off, and you're going to realize that I'm so capable of so much more. People used to say to me all the time, well, my definition of faith is, I jump off a cliff and God's going to give me wings on the way down, right? That's one version. And I'm not knocking that philosophy. It's beautiful. But what entrepreneurship does and how my experience has been and how God shows up in entrepreneurship is he lets you fall on your face. You jump off that cliff, he lets you fall real hard, nice and hard. Bam. But he shows you that you can get up to show you what you're made of, to show you that you're tougher and stronger than the things that challenge you, right? And that you are capable of, there's life after hardship, there's life after failure, there's life after difficulty, there's life after complexity, right? And so Miss Princess shows up. You guys, it's 7 a.m. on the West Coast when she's hosting that call. 7 a.m. Look at her hair. She looked like she went to a Hollywood studio. You know what I'm saying? I mean, right? I mean, she dipped in lace like a birthday cake, right? You know what I'm saying? And so But that's how she shows up. And that is amazing. And that's the motto. And that's what we do, right? She showed, this is just the host. That's my point, right? This is just the host, right? So if you can't appreciate little, God won't bless you with much.
Right.
Right? If you can't show up in the 2-bedroom house and make it smell like Pine Sol in Bed Bath and Beyond, why would he bless you with the 10-bedroom situation? That's all I'm trying to say. Right? Service, right? I'm telling you, you got to take this an opportunity. It is an opportunity to serve. It is not a burden. It is not an obligation. Some people be like, oh, I got to do this today. Oh, I got to know. It's an opportunity, right? Because where else in any other IMO? How many of you guys been to other IMOs before? Raise your hand, right? We all been to other IMOs. Where else are they going to give you the platform? As a training associate, as an associate, as a field director, to say, hey, we believe in you. We see you here.
Nope.
Nowhere.
Right.
You know what they're going to do? They're going to say, well, who is so-and-so? She ain't produced this month. I don't see so-and-so on a leaderboard. But not in OIC. See, an OIC is saying, listen, I see you, Princess. I see you, Mr. Taylor. I see you, Betty Hall. I see you, Mariah. I see you, Jessica. And I promise you, here's the thing. You show up here, we're going to develop you as a leader, and you're going to be, really, really head and shoulders above most people in other industries, you guys. Right? So, Princess, thank you so much for your service this morning, for the whole platform. The philosophy is if you serve this platform, it'll serve you back tenfold. Okay, if you serve the platform of OIC, it's gonna return that to you tenfold. All right. I always talk about the nature of the deal. People say, I'm waiting on God. Well, God's waiting on you. I hate to break it to you, but he's waiting on you. He's more invested in us than we'll ever be in ourselves. Woke up this morning with eyes that actually see. Now, a lot of people got eyes, but all of them don't see. I'm just saying. Woke up this morning with ears that actually hear. A lot of people got ears, but they don't hear. How do you make them hear? Right? That's miraculous. That's an investment, an active investment in you. I'm invested in your success. What you waiting on? And if these were happening, like if I lose these or these, I can't go to an Amazon cart and get some more. How much them cost, Shy? Eyes that see. Right? Wow. How much do we take for granted every day? So it was a great call, right? Anthony Rubio did his big one. And I'm really excited about what happened on the call, because those of you who didn't or weren't able to make it on the call, I want to kind of open it up to some of the leaders who were on the call so we can kind of share some takeaways real quick. And then I'm going to talk about, our motto and why equity and the timing of where we are right now in OIC is absolutely paramount in your life. Absolutely paramount in your life. Listen, you can't wake up and participate in nothing better. I'm saying it. Listen, you cannot wake up and participate in anything better than OIC. Period. So, Hans, I love you, brother. He said, man, you got on the tie. You got on the You right, you doggone right, I got on the tie. Listen, I'm showing up in full appreciation mode for this blessing. Because last time I checked, people that look like me and from places where I come from don't get invited to the equity table. Hello. Last time I checked, y'all might have a different narrative. That's cool. But I actually live this. You see what I'm saying? And last time I checked, they not saying, hey, Mr. Samad, despite the fact that you from East Oakland and all that stuff, and you did a little stuff, okay, we still, we appreciate you here, Okay? And we're going to invite you to the table as an equity partner. I just had a meeting yesterday with Brad Pham and Mary Grace, talking about some things that we want to introduce to National Life Group from an estate planning. They gave me an ear. They gave me the table to have the conversation. What? So anyways, y'all see how excited I get on these calls, right? Because I show up every day like I'm brand new. I don't show up like I've been here a while. Because guess what? I am brand new. 2.5 years is nothing compared to the rest of my life, right? So I'm excited this morning. So I want to open it up to some of the leaders who are on that call just to kind of share some takeaways. But before I do, I just want to lend some perspective, okay? How many of you guys are familiar with the LOA model in our industry and what that means?
Life only agent.
Yes, sir. Right? And what does that mean, pretty much? Anybody?
That your IMO controls your commission,
Yes,
not direct carrier.
Yes, sir. Okay. And in most LOA models, right, what they'll say to you is, Jen, for your amazing performance here on our platform, okay, we have a legacy model for you. Okay, and that legacy model, Brittany, don't laugh. Legacy programs, we've got equity programs for you. But guess what it's going to be? It's going to be giving you back your own book of business. Because to a typical LOA model, Mr. Taylor, right? That's their equity.
Yep.
They own your book of business. So what they do to most of these agents, I'm about to help y'all out. I'm about to tell y'all like why nobody can talk to me about another opportunity or another platform ever. So when y'all get on these LinkedIn calls and people start talking numbers and contracts, it's laughable. It is laughable. Okay. So they're going to say things like contracts. They're going to talk about, their legacy models, things of that nature. So first and foremost, let me share with you something that your CEO, Brad Pham, did day one. He said, we're an LOA model, but you own your book of business out the gate. You can say, I hate OIC tomorrow, and whatever you wrote goes with you. Brad said, I don't want them kind of problems, and I don't even need it. I don't need it. Listen, man, you decide you don't like OIC tomorrow. You don't like Brad Pham and the family tomorrow. Please leave and please take your book of business with you. I don't want the hangups. I don't want the legal battles. I don't want none of that. I don't want you going out being a bad commercial for OIC. Listen, sayonara, arrivederci, peace. Have a great one. So that's first and foremost, okay? But instead of just leveraging that as your equity, right? Because what most of these people say is, hey, Tyresha, you wrote 100 policies last year. This year, you might write another 100. And we appreciate you so much, Tyresha, for what you've been doing here on the platform. You know what? We're going to give you equity. But that equity is your own book of business back. That's what they do, right? And they call that equity because it's really their equity. They own it. But they don't educate you as an agent to give you the breakdown so that you can better understand that. So they make it the reason that they kind of keep you in the dark, not letting the left hand know what the right hand is doing, because they want you to feel so happy that you got it. Oh my God, thank you guys so much. You guys are so amazing. Well, we got an equity model. They just gave you back what you worked for. right? So that's first and foremost. The second piece is this. Brad Pham, your CEO, said, on top of that, I'm going to give you real equity in the company. So we're going to create a profit sharing model between now and 2030. Okay? And this is undisclosed. Y'all don't tell him I told y'all this. Okay? But yesterday he kind of elaborated on it a little bit more. He said, we're going to go to the 5149 mark. He said, but after that, he said, we're actually going to push it out to where, he said, me and my family, we only own like 20% of this company. But first, we got to get to the 5149 mark. So from now to 2030, we have an opportunity of a lifetime to go earn equity in a company that after 2030 is going to open up its annual revenue. Okay. And this is where I'm going to have some of the leaders with some experience come help me drive how special and unique that is home for some of us that are new, because it never has happened so far that we know of in the history of life insurance companies and IMOs. It's never happened. His lawyer said, you are crazy. You tripping. Why are you giving away your ownership in your business? Are you sure? It took like a year of litigation. He was like, I'm sure. They were like, man, let's look at the books. Let's really look at this from a legal standpoint. Like, this is something that we've never heard of happening before. Like, what? Why are you doing this? Let's give it some time. Can we talk to your spouse? These are some of the things that he went through with his own lawyers that he paid to put this in place, because it's never happened before. Let me give you guys another idea how he talks. Yesterday in the meeting, he's like, when you get to a million, he said 10 million, 50 million, and 100 million, it all feels the same. I said, oh my God, how blessed are we to like have a CEO like this? He said, so I don't have a dollar amount that somebody could offer me that would substantiate my value more or less. I've already made what I came to make in this industry. From here on out, it's about creating something legendary. He's in it for the legacy now. It ain't even about the money. But those of you who don't know, Brad already made like 30 plus million in this industry. On stage in Dallas, some of you guys were there. He said, listen, man, it's only so many steak dinners I could buy. Right? You know, when you went to Perry's and all that, and it's like, you done had all the potatoes au gratin and all the stuff and the best wine. It's like, what else is there? But sharing it now with more people, or giving more people the opportunity to have these experiences. That's the next level. That's your CEO. So from here to 2030, okay, he's opening up an opportunity for you to earn equity and create a financial legacy that will last forever. No desire to sell this company whatsoever, except to you on a standpoint of an equity partner. The man honors his business partner so much. We're in a meeting with bigger heads at the table. He's referring to me as his partner. I'm in a meeting, halfway blown away, halfway trying to stay focused on, the business at hand, because I'm like, God, like, this is surreal. But I'm not special. I'm only leveraging what happened yesterday to share with you guys that this is your CEO, and he feels the same way about all of us, right? He wants all of us to come here and actually win at the highest level. And he put his money where his mouth is. He said, let me show you. I'm gonna open up the books and share with you equity in this company, this idea that we had called OIC, our infinite company, the people's company. He says, Suni, I can't talk to the people that have your experiences the way that you can talk to the people that have your experiences. That's why I need you. Jen, I can't talk to the people with your experiences the way you can. Tyresha, I can't talk to the people, right? Kim, I can't talk to the people. Oh, you got to talk to them people. You have an audience. They waiting for you to say it the way you say it. Shy, they waiting for you to say it the way you say it. Mr. Taylor, they waiting for you to crack open Tennessee, right? All these years, they've been waiting for an email from you. You know, from a gentleman from East Tennessee. They've been waiting on you, Betty, to bring it to South Carolina, right? And so I wanted to give you guys some perspective on the timing. In business, the T in timing is far greater than the T in talent. There are millionaires and billionaires right now that are just leveraging the timing of where they were, okay, at a particular time. Example, Jeff Bezos, the people who started Amazon with him. You guys, they're shareholders in a multi-billion-dollar company right now. Because of their timing, they're not delivering packages. My guy, Facebook, y'all know the story. Mark Zuckerberg, he invited a plethora of people to a dorm room. Y'all know this story? Anybody? Everybody? Right? He invited a plethora of people into a dorm room and said, I got an idea called social networking. I'm going to name it Facebook. Who's in? It was like, he invited like 30 people, 7 people showed up. They are billionaires right now because they took advantage of the timing of an idea whose time had come. This OIC, this platform y'all on, I'm telling you, I don't know what kind of prayers y'all prayed. I don't know what kind of stuff y'all done went through, but listen to me. Your prayers have been answered. However, it requires that you're going to go through some ups, some downs, some ebbs, some flows. You're going to have to stick it out. There's no testimony without a test. The worst thing you could do is quit. The easiest thing you could do is keep showing up. So I'm going to open it up because Anthony said a mouthful. And I think that it was fitting. And Hans will tell you, I had this as a topic before Anthony's call because we spoke about it. And then Anthony's call was just like God being God, you know, and lending us some confirmation. And then I was like, oh my God, this is amazing, right? So I'm going to open up to some of the leaders. You guys want to talk about it? Come on.
I want to add something to that. I was listening to that call. But I want you guys to recognize one thing that, matter of fact, great job, Miss Mapp. I was fighting in the car to pay attention as you were leading this morning. Your hosting was absolutely beautiful. But I want you guys to recognize something, and Miss Princess Mapp will actually confirm the same. You guys happen to be on a unique organization of OIC that focuses on development. What that means is if, just like Ms. Jen opened up the call today, she's in the development program now. What that means that does not exist almost, I can't say it doesn't exist in other agencies, but I'm going to say that based on my experience thus far with Supreme Team, I'm going to say that this might be almost exclusively existing here So you guys got to position yourself. Miss Michelle Austin can verify. I had a particular conversation. I'm literally reorganizing some things personally in my background here to be 100% here. Or when I say 100% here, nothing else going on except for this. Because there's one thing that Anthony said this morning that literally said, hey, you have to take a level of ownership. He said it in a different way, but you have to take a level of ownership, which means that we're really in the development business here. But I've never been in this position before, because the reason why my prayers were answered is because I've been doing this so long by myself with my wife. I got to give her respect too, that you can get disillusioned in the idea that there is a Brad fam that exists that says, hey, I want to potentially give up 80% or whatever the exact number is towards the individuals that are equity partners. Now, the beauty is that Kim Howard already and Mr. Samad and me next and Princess Matt are going to grab equity ownership, and we're going to keep building with the level of momentum here. But let me tell you guys why this is, you really should cherish this significantly, because I don't think you guys understand that he just said there was only a few people who showed up in Facebook, but you have to also finish. If there were 7 people there, I'd like to know the number of people who finished, but if they did finish, they were able to get to the other side of their dreams and the version of lifestyle that they wanted to organize. And you guys happen to be in a unique period of time, in my personal opinion, where this window is a small window. What that means is once we've hit a certain momentum, once we've hit a certain level of commitment, once we have a certain level of leadership, once we have a certain, it doesn't mean it won't work. It just means that the meat and potatoes of what you could have at your table will be completely different. That's why the next 3 to 4 years is extremely valuable for you to lock in, pay attention, and finish the job. But you have to actually take a level of ownership. What that means is that you're going to have to make the commitment to finish this journey. You're going to have to make the commitment to show up and do your 8 LinkedIn. You're going to have to make your commitment and do your grand opening. You're going to have to make your commitment to hit business director. You're going to have to make your commitment to finish the opportunity that you see, because this happens to be a unique organization where people just don't give away equity. They don't give it away as a normality. They don't give you an opportunity. They don't give you, hey, because you had this previous background that you dealt with in a certain way, and they say, hey, let me open a door. Matter of fact, in most companies, you wouldn't even be able to check in. What that means is that you wouldn't even be able to fill out an application. You ever filled out an application for a job? And they say, well, hey, because you had this or because you had that going on, you can't even participate in a $10 per hour job. But if you heard what Anthony said today, is that you happen to be in a position that even for an $11 term application, you could pick up $80 per application. And if you did that 2 or 3 times a day, you'd make $200, $300 a day just consistently telling somebody, hey, let me just properly protect you at your age for $11 now. The thing is that you guys happen to be in a unique situation where I told this to this gentleman the other day that, listen, you are in a position where you can help your grandmother, and you can also be in a position where you can help a $30 million client. And a one-time conversation in a 5-year period, you found $1.2 million. You're going to make yourself $30,000, $40,000 at one time. But you happen to be in position to do that, meaning that when we're saying show up at these mastermind calls, really what we're doing is just developing your mind and your ability to understand now outside of personal commitments, appointments, and children and family. We get that. But if you have the vacancy in your time schedule to be part of these conversations, what's really happening is you're developing, meaning that from the time that I've got here in a year and a half, is that all I've been doing is I've been in a development program. Meaning that the conversation he just gave you guys, as far as equity ownership, that is not even a standard display of information for the average individual. How to acquire it, how to obtain it, how to develop it, how to be in practice of it. That means if Jen takes the next couple of weeks and says, yes, I will host a call, and yes, I will present on a Wake Up and Win, and yes, I will do a wealth formula. And yes, I will host like Princess Map does. Or yes, I will follow my leader, Miss Kim Howard, and become an equity partner. She's basically putting her and her family in position. And I want you guys to understand one more thing, and I'm going to pass the call to over the other leaders. And one of the reasons why sometimes I tell people the commitment that I'm about to put in is a sacrifice that I say, you know what? I know I'm going to win here, but if you just even make the smallest commitment of just developing yourself and positioning your mind and positioning your thought process and positioning your business, because you actually have people here to help you. I've experienced the idea of people saying something and absolutely doing nothing. But I've experienced here where people say something and they actually do it and they actually show up and they actually follow up. And sometimes they want it more than you want it, basically. And they'll push you for good reason, because if you really want to build something big, you got to stretch yourself and you got to get yourself completely uncomfortable. But the reason why it's so valuable, guys, if you understand how business really works, basically, and people say, let's partner together, and people say, hey, let's do this and let's do that. But at the end of the road, how many people really finished it with you? And what we happen to have is an interesting group of finishers here from every diverse background. There's no color. There's no conversation that can't be had. There's no religion that can't be had that has a conversation. All you got to do is say, I'm okay with being developed, regardless of your personal feelings. So that means me and Mrs. Samad don't even need to like each other to do business. We just got to learn how to work together to build a business. But I happen to be fortunate where I like the brother, and I appreciate the acknowledgments, and I appreciate the opportunity to work with him. But we build a business where we can promise our children an opportunity to say, hey, Miss Jen, Miss Hawkins, anybody that's brand new or anybody who's developing or interested in being hungry about their business, what he really is saying is that you're being put in a wealth conversation that you don't even realize yet, because once you can capitalize on the equity that you have and the ownership and the buy-in, because I say 5 years from now, guys, you guys have no idea how we will have 10,000 plus people tied to this Supreme Team organization alone. That has nothing to do with OIC. Like when I say 10,000 plus, I'm literally asking for God to position me mentally to have 10,000 plus agents alone under my organization. So what about a Mr. Samad? What about a Kim Howard? What about a Princess Map? That means we're larger than you understand. But to that 10,000 stream of opportunity, there will be multiple opportunities you can't even account for. You can't even understand. But if you do the work today, you have to do the work today with a sense of urgency and a sense of respect to the opportunity. I have capitalized 100-fold already on my $125 opportunity since I've been here. But it was because you have to commit to the process. So once you understand business, you'll begin to really be clear. And you don't even need to understand business here, because your business partners will share with you, yes, you can make a tremendous amount of money. I don't talk about money, but I'm going to just give you guys an understanding. And I just said I'm going to become more disclosure friendly for your understanding. I've made millions of dollars, guys, but I had to do it by myself. I had to do it with sweat, equity, hard work, all by me, all by my wife, all by the efforts of my own brow. And I'm like, how can I keep this up at 50-something years old? If I don't learn to work within a team organization and develop that, then that means if Hans doesn't exist, his family has no promise to the future. So I had to de-edify my own abilities before that I could create in my outside world, and learn how to operate in a space where, hey, caring matters. Operate in a space where the value of the opportunity that you have, the relationships, the partnerships. When I can't host, Miss Kim Howard can host. When I can't host, Miss Map can host. When Mr. Samad's not available, hey, you ready, Kim? You ready, Princess Map? You ready, Jen? You ready, Mr. Taylor? LinkedIn? Hey, you ready, James? You gonna do, because it's a partnership. So you don't have to do this by yourself. And I promise you guys, if I understood what I've been able to do outside by myself, what happens when you can organize a team? And then what happens if the company also, in addition, follows through 100% with equity, which right now there is no reason for you not to believe, because most of the individuals that are on this platform have positioned their mindset that they have such a giving heart. They're not worried about the wealth because they already know the wealth is promised to them. They just positioning you to be participating. If you leave, I'll leave you with this last thing. Sometimes you just need to hang out with the right people and it'll happen for you automatically. The sweat of Mr. Suni Samad will position the Augustines to do just as well as the Maps will do and the Howards will do. And yes, one day you won't be saying Hans Augustine. You're going to be saying the Augustines. You're going to be saying the Halls. You're going to be saying the Howards. You're going to be saying the Hawkins. You're going to be saying the Taylors. You're going to be saying the Clarks, because it'll be a generational thing. Hey, the Clarks position themselves. The Augustines position themselves. The Howards position themselves. All right, I don't want to turn this into a sermon because I know my brain will go further. I want to pass the call to some of the other leaders.
Let's go. Let's go. I appreciate you guys, man. I experienced a little power outage. So if y'all didn't see me for a minute, we got some kind of rolling blackout happening right now. But that ain't nobody but y'all know what I'm talking about. So no, Hans Augustine, man, I love everything that you're saying. And one of the reasons that we edify the way that we do, something very significant that Hans said, we say Mr. Augustine, we say Mr. Samad, we say Mr. Taylor, we say, Mrs. Howard, or I might say the Howards, or I might say Mrs. Kim, I might say Mrs. Princess Map. The reason is because you guys' last names speak to legacy. Sometimes we got to speak the language of where we're going, not where we are. I'm going to say that one more time. Sometimes we have to speak the language of where we're going and not where we are. In fact, most of the time, right? Now, I'm not saying I'm going to call Mr. Augustine, Mr. Augustine when we playing Top Golf, you know what I'm saying? Or at the bowling alley, right? It's like, Hans, what's up, right? But on the platform where we conduct business, right, we have to speak to our legacies and its power in that language. So anybody else, any takeaways from Anthony's call? Want to piggyback off what we're talking about from an equity standpoint, the timing? Come on, Princess.
Yes, it was a great call, and it's always good to serve. No complaints there. I encourage all of you that are new, get out there and do it. That was one of the challenges I had in the beginning. I spoke in tongues to Mr. Suni when he said, "Hey, I need you to," and I was like, "Hi, hi, hi, no, 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 no." I got scared. So I need you guys just to be bold and brave. But yes, it was a great call. He did share a lot of information, but I want to piggyback off of what you're talking about, Suni, Mr. Samad. I don't know if you guys, check the climate lately, but the sky is falling to some people, right? And people are out here kind of worried. But we at OIC, this is our shelter. I promise you guys, this is our shelter. God has covered us already by putting us in this position, okay, for the things that are going to come. People are losing their jobs. They need you. People don't know what to do with their money. They got to move money. They need you. AI only can give them so much. They still need to understand what AI just told them. Remember that. They need you. So I just want to say, we are in the best position. We have the opportunity to, now that, we're agents, we understand how legacy works. We're going to get ourselves covered, boss up, and create a legacy for our families. But Mr. Bam is allowing us to create a real legacy with all the hard work and that we do. We're having an opportunity to get a piece of the pie. And what does that look like? All right. I got this on my wall. And last year I put it up here for the equity program. I don't know if you understand. Yes, we're all going for the EP, but there's levels to this too. You can do 50,000 cash flow and get 0.50 points, right? And then after that, you could do another 100,000 cash flow and get another point. And then after that, every 1,000 earned after 100,000, you get another 0.5. So it don't stop, guys. This is crazy. This is crazy. So I don't know what you guys were doing before, I don't know who's there to distract you or take you off course, but this is where you get blinders on because this chance will not come back. Not in my lifetime. Not I'm 55. Not in my lifetime. This is my second go round. I didn't have millions, but I didn't have some money. I didn't touch some nice things. And I feel that the Lord has placed me here to be a blessing and to be blessed. To be blessed, to be a blessing, right? So you guys better take advantage like a pit bull when he locks down on something and he won't let it go. That's how we got to think here. We have to get everything out of the way. There's no second thoughts. There's nothing. This is second nature. Wake up. Come to wake up and win. It's funny because Chloe, the young lady I just signed up, she texts me. She's like, I can't be on this morning, but oh my gosh, I'm missing it. I recorded a little saying, and whatever you were speaking, Suni, and I'm sending it to her. But this
Yes,
is
ma'am.
contagious. And if you notice, there are people looking. And what's going to
Mhm.
happen is the momentum that you guys are working, you're going to bump into them. You're going to bump into them, not by accident, not by chance, but they've been praying for you to show up. They've been praying for you
Yes.
to cross their path. So understand the alignment that God has positioned you in. You're going to get your people. You're going to get your agents. Don't worry about what you don't know. Leverage the leadership. Understand you're building a turnkey business for $125. You got a franchise. You got a $1 billion franchise. That's what you just signed up for. And you don't got to put nothing in
Mhm.
it but your time, your commitment. You can pace yourself as you go. Don't listen to nobody else. This is not the plan. This is not the group. This is not the team to gossip, to, try to, oh, I didn't like that. Keep it to yourself. This is not the team or the place.
Mhm.
I'm not trying to be mean, but we are so focused and locked in because we are here to support each other and take each other to the finish line and beyond. And you already know when the children of Israel crossed over into the promised land, they still had to fight. I don't care how big the giants look, they still had to fight. So understand that you're here for a reason, and you guys are gonna win. As long as I'm in the room, and Sudie's in the room, and Hans in the room, and Kim's in the room, Marlene, all of us, Stephen Taylor, Miss Betty, Miss Sherry, we gonna let you win. But it's up to you. And I'm not begging nobody. We're not begging you to win. We want to offer you the opportunity and support you. But that's what we got here. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little bit passionate.
Hey,
Sorry.
don't apologize for that. Don't apologize
Next,
for that. I
next,
love
next.
it. I love it. I love it. And you know what's funny? You said something that segued in right into what I wanted to say because you said, I apologize, you guys. I'm a little passionate. You guys, listen, you know, we're business owners. Anthony Rubio talked about something, and him and I talk about this sometimes, but intensity is not to be confused with anger, right? We're leaders and we are on a mission. We have a very serious job to do. We got a very serious job to do. And if we don't get passionate about it, and if we don't surround ourselves with people who make us feel okay, right, about our passion, right, then we're going to find ourselves falling short of the mission, right? Listen, please bring your passion here. Where else? You can't go to work and talk like this, right? You can't go to certain friends and family and talk like this. That's why we have this community. This is a mastermind. This is here for you to say, listen, I'm passionate about something in my life. Finally, I finally believe in something so much that I want to scream it from the mountaintops. And you know what? That's okay. That is okay. I was training last night in the office, and there was a question from a newer young person. And he said, I just feel like some leaders, are very intense. And I said, well, I take myself very seriously, and I want you guys to write this down. Ask yourselves a question. When God created you, was he not serious? Were you not a serious creation? Or was God just kidding? Was he just kind of playing around when he made you? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Look at how much is invested in you and your success. So when you start taking yourself seriously, are you not in alignment with the intentions of whatever you decide to call your creator? Absolutely. See, people don't build multi-billion-dollar companies being casual. People don't build, when you go to a downtown metroplex and you see a 300 story building, right? People don't build things like that being casual. This is an intense space, but intense isn't bad. It's not normal, but it's not bad. It's a good thing because we got a good thing in front of us. And so it's completely okay for you guys to be intense and passionate about what you're doing. Okay? So I just wanted to put that out there. Thank you so much, Miss Mapp. Anybody else?
Good morning. Can you guys hear me?
Come on, Kim, stealing time from the employer so she can build her fortune.
I can't, like you said,
I'm sorry, I put you on blast.
I can't be intense over here because they gonna be like, what is she on?
Exactly, right?
But I did have to sneak away and just say that, you know, um, Mr. Samad, you touched on this, and Mr. Rubio, like, thank you for bringing equity up because people don't know what that really means. And that's why it's so important to go to, the convention and hear it from the Brad's mouth of why, what he's doing, what he's building for all of us. And that what you really changed my mind shift the last convention. I was new to the company, but when he said that you could get a piece of the company and basically this is your guaranteed income for life, and Miss Mary Grace broke it down like, Kim, if you can get a piece of $1 billion company, 1%, what would you make? Right? $10 million, guys, for your family for the rest of your life. When I heard that, I'm like, okay, time to work, time to focus. Obviously, it's just not going to land in your hands, but we have the proper tools, we have the proper leadership, we have everyone that's rooting for one another, right? And just listening, I mean, this Supreme team is special because we all are trying to position each and every person to get to that level. And you don't have to make $1 million to gain equity here. Like I was new here and I saw that vision. I'm like, you can gain equity and you only have to make $50,000? Come on. This is doable, you guys. I work a full-time job and I have children. I have a son that has autism that needs my attention. And if I can do it, I'm nothing special. You guys can do it. So I just wanted to say that because it is achievable here. You are building your legacy here. And we are here, all these leaders, like Hans is next, Princess is next, right? And we're going to help everyone push you guys to BD so that everyone on this team can get equity. So thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Kim. Listen, you guys, I'm telling you, we're the real deal here, right? She just stepped away from her employer. She's plugged into the call. She runs a no excuse business, right? She's on the call. She's locked in. And she's sharing this from an equity partner standpoint. And she brought up something absolutely, just super on point. Like, don't get it from us though. We're saying it, but come to convention and hear it for yourself. Bring your family to hear the CEO say it. Bring your spouse, bring your children, bring your mother, your father, whoever's influential in your life. Bring them to Dallas so that they can see firsthand what you're a part of. Because that's what Kim did. right? Kim's mom and dad was at the convention, right? She brought her husband, right? And they got to see firsthand what she was a part of. Right? And now she's gotten a greater level of support. And that teamwork piece that she talked about, I'm going to touch on this and I'm going to open it back up real quick. But listen, trust me, you guys, we help each other. We play team. We're going to all push each other to get there. Right? We're going to push each other to get there. It's not about a me, my mission. Let me give you guys an equity state of mind. When you become an equity partner in OIC, you just recruited the whole company. When you become an equity partner in OIC, you just recruited the whole company. How? Why? Because now when everybody else, let's say, for example, I just heard, I'm not going to say who, when, whatever, don't chalk this up yet, don't write this down, but somebody just wrote over $5 million the other day in OIC for a $187,000 commission. But why, as an equity partner, are me and Kim excited about that? Because the more money people make, even outside of this team, they increase the value of the company, which increases our percentage of equity. Help y'all out. Okay? But we're excited when other teams make money. Right? We're excited when people go out and help families because we have ownership in the company. And this is year one, you guys. This is year one. So we got a good 4-year run, but I promise you, it's only so much equity. Right? There's only so much equity. And Kim just said it. 1% of $1 billion valuation is $10 million. Okay? So put on your equity hat, have an equity state of mind, and understand that this is why we play team here. This is why I want Hans to win. This is why I want Princess to win. This is why I want Shy to win. This is why I want, right? Because we're all in position of a company to own equity. And the more people who win, the more we increase the value of the company, which increases our personal share of equity. I'm going to open it back up. We got 4 minutes. I'm not excited. I could talk a little longer if y'all want me to. But who else wants to talk about or touch on either the call from Rubio or what we're talking about from an equity standpoint? Anybody else?
I'll say something. I wanna thank all of our leaders, Mr.
Come on, Jen.
Samad, Ms. Kimberly Howard, Princess Matt. Ms. Princess, you are like my sister from another mister. I love your energy. To emulate because you just give us some spark. If it weren't for your guys' leadership, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now. And while I am currently working my other job as I sit on this call, I had to say that because I have stuff planned this summer, you guys. I'm so excited by that. And it wouldn't have been possible if it weren't for Kim talking in my ear about we need to get to equity partner. And I agree. I want to be an equity partner. I'm working hard to try and get there. So we can do it, y'all. Let's do it.
Let's go. Let's go. Yes, we can do it. We absolutely can do it. So here's what I want to, the seed I want to sow this morning before we wrap up. Okay. Let's be the team. Okay? I want all you guys to put a 1 in the chat if you agree after I say this. Let's be the team that calls, okay, the other teammates that are, on the cusp of a milestone and say, what do you need? Say that one more time. Let's be the team. Calls, even if they're not a part of your downline or whatever the case may be, let's not be that team. Let's be the team that says, hey, let's say if I'm Tammy and I see Tyresha and I know that she's pushing and she's like super close to, her associate promotion. Hey, sis, what you need? Hey, how many points you need? right? How many do you need? One recruit? You one recruit away? Hey, Kim, right? How many points are you away from your 100K ring? I know that means a lot to you. I know we're trying to get that done before convention. Hey, I got a few clients. Let's go 50-50 on these clients. Hey, let me help you push. Let me open up this book of business and share this with my teammate. Even though you ain't a part of my downline, my upline, my sideline. Let's not be the upline, downline kind of a team. Let's be the sideline team. Let's be partners. Let's really be a team that positions everybody to win and get out of our own way. I don't have to give you guys a spiritual value in that. Don't. Because you guys already know, right? That if I sow a seed in somebody else, it's going to come back to me tenfold. See, I was training Princess on the platform of OIC when I was a training associate. And I was giving so much of myself to so many people that when I went on my BD run, Princess, I had leaders like John Robinson, Cedric Pearson, Orlando Farrell, all reaching out to me like, how close are we? Not you, how close are we? What you need? Give me a call. I got you, bro. You need some business? You need a recruit? Where we at? That's the team that we're going to be, okay? So I just wanted to sow that seed, put a 1 in the chat if y'all are with me. Listen, you guys, tonight's going to be a groundbreaking boot camp training, okay? Listen, we're going to close this quarter in OIC in tremendous fashion. So those of you who can plug in, lock in, we've got a great lineup. We're going to be talking about a plethora of things, all right, in OIC, in our OIC business. You got Hans Augustin. You got, I can't think of who else is on it right now. Be training. You know, I'm a little Supreme Team biased. All I know is me and Hans gonna be on there, okay? I'm gonna be honest with you. All right. But me and Hans Augustin are gonna be training tonight. The flyer is in the WhatsApp chat, okay? But it's going to be phenomenal, you guys. All right. So if you can plug in, I know it's Friday night. Some of you guys made plans, right? But if you can just stretch yourself this weekend to plug into that call tonight, the boot camp call is going to be absolutely phenomenal. We're going to be making some changes to our schedule, you guys, starting next month. I just want to kind of prepare you all. We won't be doing a weekly getting started right anymore. We won't be doing a weekly ERG. Okay. We're about to transition into a monthly getting started right and a monthly ERG starting in April. Okay. So less volume, bigger call. Okay. Less volume, bigger call. Getting started right should triple and double in number. ERG Academy should triple and double in number because now it's only happening once a month. If you miss it, you miss it. Right? So that's the direction we're heading in, but it's a cornerstone and a staple to everybody's business, right? So I appreciate you guys. No burning desire. It's 11:02. I won't hold you. 11:02. Somebody else got.
When one of us win, all of us win. So let's go do it together.
Let's go. Let's go, Princess. And I always depend on Princess for a burning desire. Mr. Augustin, go ahead, sir.
No, all I got is Supreme Team, man. We're a team, and I love all of you guys, and I'm happy to be your business partner. You guys, we're just Supreme it, and we're ready. Don't forget, Saturday, there's a boot camp. Miss Howard's going to be on there, too. So go ahead and get plugged in so you can get that information. But Supreme Team over here.
We'll tell you about all the other speakers another time.
Can you peel me off a Millie, brother? I heard you. Now I'm going to catch you in an alley at convention.
Uh-oh.
Let's go.
Wow.
I want them gold boots in Vegas.
She just went on and asked for it.
No, it's okay. I'll be able to afford her. I'll be an equity partner.
Let's go.
God bless everybody.
Y'all have a blessed one. Bye-bye.